Okay, before we talk about the technologies, enable technologies for the smart cities, I just want to talk about why we need the smart city. Next, please. Okay. Okay. One of the main reasons why the city manager, municipalities need the smart solution to address the issues created by the urbanization. On the first diagram on the left side is showing the last 60 years how the Malaysia urbanization population changed. If you look to the 1960, only 26% of the Malaysian was living in the urban. But when we look to last year, that number, that percentage increased to 76%. It is very high compared to the urban population, average urban population on the planet. The world average is 57%, Malaysia is 76%. That's why we can say urbanization in Malaysia is really taking place rapidly compared to the global trend. And what is the reason for the urbanization? Of course, there is a push and pull the reasons. One of the push reasons, lack of the resources in the rural area, I believe, due to industrialization, more people is moving and migrating to cities to get the better paid jobs. And they are trying to get the higher living of standards, hoping the better education, better health services as well. Next, please. And of course, all this trend is really creating some challenges and some issues for the city manager and municipalities to address. And shortly, I can mention some of them. It's the high cost of the goods, high cost of the living, the higher house cost, and creating a lot of slums, high traffic congestion, the lack of employment, not enough job for the people, and due to this, increase the criminal activities, and the big volume of the waste and the sewage to control, increase the noise and the. Next, please. And I believe the smart technology, smart city technology concept is the good answer to addressing all these the city's social, economic, and environmental challenges. But smart city is not a technological solution only. It should be the concept of the public-private people partnership. Yesterday and today we heard about the public-private partnership, but I'm mentioning about the 4P, public-private people partnership.
Good, we have additional P.
Next, please. Okay, every city planner has the smart city definition based on the need, their plan. And there are many definitions from the many organizations, many companies, and many people. All can be correct based on their need, their plan. I just put a couple of the definition here. I will not read all these things, but I will pick up some words from each smart city definition from the different organization and company. I believe this the wording or this the things should be in any smart city definition for any city in Malaysia, which is definitely should be fiber-rich network. Then should be collective intelligence of the cities, and the smart city need to meet the needs of the present and the future, for today and the future, and of course to serve the people. Every city, the planners need to create their own smart city definition to address their issues, challenges, and address their need. Next, please. Okay, and what we need to make the city or states the smart. Of course, the country's leaders and governments, the plan, budget, support, guidelines is quite important. And I believe the Malaysia, with the My Digital and the Malaysia Smart City Framework, is well prepared to transform Malaysia into digital economy, digital country, and the Jendela plan to building the future-proof digital infrastructure. Keyword is here, future-proof digital infrastructure. Next, please. Of course, the national level, the guidelines plan is good, but when we go to the local level, city level, city planner need to prepare their blueprint to make the successful implementation of the smart city. And during this planning the stage, blueprint or master plan preparation on the local level, some challenges, common challenges need to be addressed, which should be coordination among all the stakeholders, departments, citizens, and community groups. Another things I want to highlight that many smart city solution initiatives work well in the small scale, on the pilot project or proof of concept level. But when it is they implement on the citywide the level, there is some issues. That's why I need to pick up the scalable and upgradable solution because the pilot project and POC may not give you the good view whether it's the right the solution for the whole city or not. And the next one, definitely is the existing infrastructure, whether it is future-proof and sufficient for your future need or not. If it is not, in the beginning, the need to be rebuilt or upgraded. Otherwise, whatever the system or whatever the solution you will use, you will launch, will be unstable. And the last one is the shifting goal. Every smart city, there is a vision, there is a goals. But smart city is the very long journey. None of the city can be smart within a few days, a few weeks, a few years. It is 5, 10, 15 years journey. During this the long journey, the vision and the goals can be really quickly become updated. That's why your plan need to monitor all this vision and the goals, and if necessary, need to revise again during this long journey. It is 15 to 20 years. Okay, next please. Now let's talk about the technology adaptation. What is the key enabling technologies for the smart city? There is so many the smart city, the verticals or application or solution we can call. Just now we listened from the Telecom Malaysia. Looks like Telecom Malaysia is all in one the solution provided to the cities. And all these verticals can be different for each city, but overall the same: smart home, smart building, smart traffic, health, smart industry, education, smart waste management, disaster management, and more and more. All these verticals is only the targeting to improve the quality of the life of the people at home, at work, or wherever they are in the city. But please, all the city planners need to make your plan for today and for future carefully, because smart city is all about the data. All about the data collection, creating from the 10 of 1,000 devices today, million of device sensor tomorrow, maybe billion of the sensor, the devices in the next few years. Machine-to-machine communication, social networking, using the voice over IP technology, video chat, video streaming, 8K, 4K, high definition will create the huge data for the city operator to manage. We call this one is data tsunami. On the diagram on the bottom right, you will see volume of the data created the worldwide from 2010 to 2024. The last 4 years is forecast actually. And the horizontal numbers represent zettabytes. I'm not so sure everybody knows about the kilobytes, kilobyte, megabytes, everybody familiar until the terabytes. But after terabyte, there is a petabyte. After petabyte, there is an exabyte and zettabyte. There is a huge data. And when you see recently, last 1 year and next couple of years, year to year, data volume increase is equals to the many years data in the past years. That's why your plan need to well be calculated, and your infrastructure need to be ready for the future data tsunami for you to manage. Next, please. And every city, the smart city architecture can be slightly different than each other, but mostly the 4 layers of the IoT. There is a sensor layer, network layer, cloud data processing layer, and application layer. Sensor layer, sensor capabilities they can change, can improve year by year. Application layer, a lot of application is coming to the network, coming to the industry every day, every year. But I want everybody to look to networking layer, because this part is really need to be well planned and should be to future proof, because upgrading this networking layer very often is very costly. In the networking layer, there is a couple of technology, fixed and wireless technology can be used today and in the future, like fiber optic, 4G, 5G wireless technology, NB-IoT, LoRa, and some more. Okay, next one. Okay, one of the technology, key enabling technology I want to mention is the fiber optic technology. Every city should be fiber-rich city. I mean, every smart city should be a fiber-rich city. Without enough fiber for today and for future, whatever the solution you will bring to that city will not be stable. And at the moment, fiber optic is only the future-proof technology to answer the today's and future needs. And every smart cities should have the dig once mentality. Dig once, deploy your infrastructure, and should be sufficient next 5, 10, 15 years. That's why I'm saying smart city network infrastructure should be deployed with the deep fiber concept, and fiber as service model will be one of the best overall solution for the smart city needs for today and the future. Next, please. Of course, everybody knows 5G is coming, and every 10 years, this mobile, the service going to the next generation from 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G. And 5G is expected to provide super fast gigabit speed, ultra low latency, which is less than 10 milliseconds, in the best case is 1 millisecond, very high reliability, and connection density. But for this high frequency 5G spectrum is making the mobile service provider to deploy their the towers, base station, and radio is closer to the device and closer to the end user. You will see there is the numbers about the 3G, 4G, and 5G on my slide. That one is, just assume 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer land without tree, without building. 3G, one 3G tower or one the cell density is enough to cover whole that area for the 3G. But when we go to the 4G, the coverage distance is reducing to 2 kilometers. For the same area, nearly 25 cells will be necessary. Let's talk about the 5G. The same area, 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer length, for the 5G, the service provider needs to deploy 400 cells to cover that area because the coverage of the 5G is less than 500 meters. Then many people may think wireless and the wire technology is competing to each other. Actually, it is complementary to each other. And everybody needs to know there is a lot of wire in the wireless technology. Just now I mentioned about the importance of the fiber for the smart city. It is the same for the importance of the fiber for the 5G as well. No 5G, no fiber, no 5G. Thank you. Sorry, next one. Other than this key enabled technology, I just want to share one the application, one solution, which is smart waste management. I believe the smart waste management is direct service from the PBT to the Rakyat. And if the PBT is providing this service manually, it is very insufficient, very costly, and very harmful to the nature due to lack of the optimization. And what we are providing actually with this smart waste management, real-time data collection from the street bin, from the workers and from the trucks, and making the operation and the road planning with the artificial intelligence technology together with the IoT platform, and real-time data can be seen in the dashboard in the base on the city command center at any time. Next, please. This smart waste management is providing some software, hardware, and some communication technology to use. If anybody interested, I can discuss later just to save time. I think my time is going to over. Next, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, this is the methodology of the smart waste management to control and monitor the collection by waste day by day on the real-time data. Operating, planning, road optimization, which I put the one, the map is that. This is the proof of concept work in the Selangor to give the road to the truck driver to reach to the bin in the fastest and easiest way. And you will see the left and right side, the ore sensors and the wearable devices. Next, please. And there is another to serve the application is the Clean City. This is mostly for the citizen to involve the recycle collection process. This is mostly for the recycle and the donation box management. Next, please. Okay, this is the conclusion what I mentioned. And shortly what I say, the fiber optic is the enable of the 5G, IoT, and the smart city. Smart city ICT network infrastructure should be deployed with the deep fiber concept, deep once mentality, and fiber as a service model is the best overall solution for the smart city. Thank you.